I think I feel pretty good just from the standpoint of some of the points, some of the matches like that last one. It's good to see Wyatt, extend leads. The kid's pretty good, not a bad kid. Obviously, real dangerous as you see. I like the attempts. We like the attempts of taking people from their feet to their back. He did that in that match twice. Of course, the last one being a counter. So good. It was good. We kind of looked a little bit like we didn't know what we were doing on bottom when a leg came in. Crossbody ride a little bit, just kind of, just kind of looked like we froze up at 25 and 49 a little bit, and even I think 184 Jacoby. So definitely something we need to work on, but good.
Had two guys return that haven't wrestled in either a month or two. What'd you think of their first time out in a while?
I thought Weigel had an okay match. The kid's 12-1. They're real high on him, and he's had some pretty good wins. I mean, to step out against a kid that likely is going to be a qualifier for nationals. I kind of liked what I saw, and wasn't smooth with him. It wasn't a smooth match for him. He didn't really feel like, it didn't appear to me like he felt comfortable, but it's okay, I mean, really he's only been wrestling for about a week and a half, but his conditioning and preparation before he got on the mat was pretty tough and pretty intense, so he shouldn't be too far away, just going to start the process and moving some people down probably. This probably, last week, when I visited with the media on Tuesday, really was thinking one way, and by the time we got to Friday, I'm thinking differently now, so we will make the move probably likely for Dakota Gear to move down to 84 and Jacoby Smith down to 74, and then likely somebody's going to have to fight it out at 65 or 74, but I think just watching film on Wednesday and Thursday, I just recognize the power difference in some of these guys, and I really feel like Jacoby and Gear, both of them are not wrestling bad, but the size difference is really being seen in positions that you can tell that it's just there's a difference, and neither one of those guys are really making a whole lot of sacrifice, making the weight below, so they're not big for that either. They're pretty comfortable, and it's not like it's a big hard cut for them. It's not. It's going to be a simple way of getting back down, but officially we can't get them back down till a certain day, and we'll wait for that day.
What about Chandler's performance tonight?
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, it was a little bit rough start coming back. It just kind of looked like he was trying to get the big throw at the beginning, and used a lot of energy to try to get that big throw, maybe end the match quickly, and it ended up being a match that he had to wrestle all the way out. So I didn't think much of it, but I did like the fact that when things don't go well, you get your hand raised and you get that last takedown, and it's not nearly as bad, as if you didn't get it. So good for him going out and getting that last takedown and getting his hand raised.
Speaking of 74, what's the status on Joe, and talk about Christian getting the opportunity to go out there?
Yeah, it was nice to see Christian wrestle and get a win. Opportunity he's been waiting on, and those are great moments for us. To see those guys come in the room every day and they're working their tails off every day, and there's really an outside chance that you're ever going to step out there, and today he had that opportunity, and that's exciting for us. We all love to see it, and if you notice the team, they're probably most excited about his win more so than anyone.
You mentioned after the OU duel that fans will come back to watch heavyweight score a lot of points. What do you think of Derek's performance?
Yeah, it just maybe just I just wish he'd go and force his action a little bit more. You know, I mean, he had a lot of runarounds and defensive scores today, which counts the same as offense. But you know, for him to prepare himself to beat the better guys, you know, it's going to be his shots. It's going to be him getting to the legs. It's going to be him, you know, putting points on the board from an offensive standpoint. But no disappointment. He just, you know, I guess, you know, I just want to see a much more aggressive heavyweight. You know, like I'm going to come out and I'm going to pound you and I'm going to beat you up and I'm going to send you home. You know, and I just, he's too much finesse for me. You know, so. Don't get me wrong, he's tough, but I'd like to see a little bit more just umping him.
You talked about how Chandler was kind of mad at you for not being able to start against Lehigh. Do you think that 1 week rest benefited him?
Well, you know, I just giving him the best opportunity to be healthy and finish his season. You know. You know, probably him and Joe, they have a long road ahead of them. Someone's, you know, but, you know, you want to give them all their opportunity, especially a senior. And it just felt like for me, you know, we didn't need him to step out there and wrestle a hard match that was going to take a real tough match for him to win. You know, so that extra week, I think, makes a difference because he gets it in the room and he gets to work that leg a little bit more. And, you know, it's not an injury that's you know, it's an injury that you really feel, and it's a painful injury, and you need to heal it up.
Nick hasn't been in a lot of close matches this year. Were you happy to see him kind of get pushed today?
Yeah, I thought he got pushed. I thought he, you know, guy put a leg in, and we acted like we didn't know what we're doing. You know, I mean, the whole match changed when he couldn't get off the mat. You know, so a little bit sloppy. You know, and I don't know, just wasn't real good. You know, so I mean, what do? You move on past it. But, yeah, he got challenged, and a lot of his challenges was on bottom and not getting out. It seemed like kind of the kid kept the score close and, you know, maintained a halfway decent match. You know, I mean, Nick scored, I guess, you know, over half his points in the third period, right? So that's not a bad thing to see, but you know, you got to do more than what you did. I mean, sloppy.